Hello Gales fans, I'm Kyle Campo and welcome to the Gales Weekly Highlight Show brought to you by Queens TV. The number 3 ranked women's rugby team dominated the Trent Excalibur on Saturday afternoon with a final score of 74-10. Finishing with 24 points in the game for the Gales, Lauren McEwen's 164 points in her career at Queens, which is a new team record as she surpassed former Gale Andrea Wadsworth. In men's rugby action, Queens lost their first game in over 2 years, including the regular season and playoffs, falling 18-13 to a strong McMaster side. James Dent scored the only try for the Gales, with David Worsley hitting the conversion and 2 penalty kicks. And the Gales football team traveled to Hamilton to Ron Joy Stadium on Saturday to take on the number 4 ranked McMaster Marauders for the McMaster homecoming. Queens gave the undefeated McMaster a scare as the game was tied 12-12 in the third quarter, but the Marauders held on for a 28-19 victory. Quarterback Billy McPhee of Burlington, Ontario was efficient through the air, completing 21 of 29 passes for 283 yards and 2 touchdowns and throwing 1 interception. McPhee connected with wide receiver Alex Carroll for nine times for 145 yards and a touchdown, while Jesse Andrews racked up 131 yards on 18 rush attempts. Defensive back Jan Dika Balatoken had an interception and 1.5 tackles for the Gales. The men's and women's soccer teams traveled to play the UOIT Ridgebacks in Oshawa on Saturday before returning home to take on the Trent Excalibur at the Nicholas McCartney Field on Sunday. Both sides played to a 1-1 draw against UOIT, with Eric Koskins leveling the score late in the men's game, while Jesse DeBoer got the women's team on the board before the number 5 ranked UOIT Ridgebacks tied it up. Sunday's action against Trent, the women's soccer team shut out the Excalibur by a score of 4-0. Jesse DeBoer netted 2 goals in the opening 10 minutes. And Matthias Skoko and Savannah Meyer-Clement also scored for Queens. And on the men's side, Tonko Basilik finished with a low cross from Eric Koskins in the 3rd minute, but Trent tied the game with a goal of their own, and the match ended in a 1-1 draw. The Queens Athletes of the Week for this week are Lauren McEwen of women's rugby and Alex Carroll of football. They are the Queens Athletes of the Week as McEwen scored 24 points to lead the number 3 ranked women's rugby team to a 74-10 win against the Trent Excalibur and set a new women's rugby career points record at Queens with 164 total. Carroll caught 9 passes for 145 yards and a touchdown in the football team's 28-19 loss to the number 4 ranked McMaster Marauders. And on a third quarter drive, Carroll caught 3 passes for 57 yards, including a touchdown to tie the game at 12-12. Don't miss the game of the week. The women's rugby team plays Saturday night at 7 p.m. under the lights at Nixon Field against the number 10 ranked Western Mustangs in the Queens Game of the Week. For GoGalesGo.com and Queens TV, I'm Kyle Campo.
To drop the puck here. Tonight, special event here at the Kingston Memorial Center. It is the Puck Cancer fundraiser. Queens student Carly Allison, who is battling clear cell sarcoma. She was our national anthem singer at the beginning. Intercepted now in the middle from Guelph. Here comes Mock. Goes to his backhand. Shot on. Turned aside by Bailey. The puck still loose. Shot in. Scores! Guelph, great puck possession. Bailey sees that one. As the shot comes in from the point, and that's 15, Stephen Strong. Bailey able to see that one. Comes right into the crest. Now tipped away. The Gales trying to get it out of the zone, and they will. Advances past mid-ice. Here's Greenaway. Shot on. Scores! Darcy Greenaway with a shot on the right hash. Finds the bottom left corner. And that'll be enough to get the Gales back in the game. Offside called on the Gales. Now some pushing and shoving going on. Referee's just trying to get in the middle of it and break it up. Not serious enough for anyone to go to the box here, but a little pushing and shoving. Here's Nickel. Shot on target. And again, and it goes in. Teal Burns dumps it in. And now broken up again at center ice. And turning away with it now with the Gales 2-on-1. Short-handed, coming back, and there's going to be a penalty. Scores! Yank away the penalty as Warren Steele buries the puck and ties this game. A great job by the Gales in the counterattack. Safalvis takes the bounce out front. It's sitting there, and now Kevin Bailey going to cover up. Not going to take any chances this late in the game. And it's Darcy Greenaway trying to play it up. He's got McGillis to his left. McGillis now, and he tries to go off the post. And another save there by Hamilton. Now coming back the other way, here's Ming. Eric Ming. Shot and scores! Eric Ming puts an end to this contest with a spectacular shot. It's over the blue line, picks his corner, top corner, and what a special shot it took to end this game.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Kingston Memorial Centre for this evening's OUA men's quarterfinal hockey game between the visiting Ottawa GGs and your Queens Gales. Queens taking a 3-2 thriller. I'm joined by Gales defenseman Chris Van Laren. And Chris, you guys battled hard all night long with Ottawa, and then with 10 minutes left in the game, you guys pulled ahead by a power play marker from yourself at the point. Can you just kind of take us through your goal?
Yeah, we won the draw back, and that's what we're trying to stress on the power play all the time is you need to win the draw and start with possession. And then I wasn't giving Koch Miglio too much time on the wall there, but he managed to make a nice pass, and I just got my head up and saw that there was net presence, so I just thought I'd put it on net and see what happened, and luckily enough it went in, and that was that.
And you guys are pretty evenly matched with the GGs heading in. You guys are the 4-5 in the OUA. And in the regular season, you guys had two tough battles, both went to a shootout. Can you just describe what it means to win this first game, not only the first game of the series, but also to win on home ice and head into Ottawa with the lead?
Absolutely. Anytime you have home ice advantage, you want to make sure you take care of it, and I think we came out. We sort of got away from our game a little bit in the first half, but they're a structured team, and we're a structured team, and you got to give that team credit. They're a hard-working team, and we do feel good going into Ottawa against them with a 1-0 lead, but we know there's a lot of work left to do. And you guys came into this playoff series as one of the best defensive and goaltending teams in the country. Can you just describe how you guys played again defensively tonight and how Kevin Bailey played? And he's, as you said, he's been instrumental to this team's success all season, and it was just two bad breaks that kind of went by them tonight. Absolutely, and the first one was power play marker for them, and it was a quick one, and we knew we were in a series right away then. But obviously, we need to rely a little bit better on our penalty kill structure and get the job done better than that. I think we battled back in the second and then third, especially to come ahead with the lead. But we knew, especially home ice advantage, we had to take advantage of it. And I think obviously Kevin Bailey stood on his head again in the late minutes of the game and really kept us in it. So, like I said, he's a key piece of this team, and we're just going to keep riding him. And lastly, Chris, you guys head into Ottawa on Friday night with an opportunity to sweep the series. What do you guys have to do to get ready to play for what's probably going to be a pretty intense game up in Ottawa? Absolutely. Anytime you go into another team's barn and their backs are against the wall, you're expecting their best. So we expect everything they have, and we're going to give them everything we have in return, and hopefully we come out of there with the 2 points. Thanks, Chris. Good luck. Thanks. For Chris Van Laren and the rest of the Queens men's hockey team, I'm Kyle Compo for GoGalesGo.com. Stay connected with the team as they head to the road to take on Ottawa for Game 2 of this OUA quarterfinal series. Puck drop is Friday night in Ottawa at 7:30. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Athletics and Recreation Center for this evening's OUA Women's East Division Championship between the Carleton Ravens and your Queens Gales. As mentioned, Queens taking an overtime thriller by a score of 62-58. And I'm joined by Gales head coach Dave Wilson. And Coach, can you just put into words what it means to win your first OUA East title in 11 years?
Well, I tell you, I give a lot of credit, boy. Our players just never quit. They play hard and did the things that we really wanted to do against Carleton, and boy, I couldn't be more proud.
Can you just talk a little bit about what the support was like here at the Arc? Obviously, this has been the first time in a while where we've seen both sides of the stands packed, and it just seemed like everyone was jumping on board to support the girls tonight. And can you just describe what the noise level was like in here?
It's interesting because you're not going to like my answer. I actually don't hear it. Now, I know it was there, but I actually don't hear it. So the players were all excited about it, I know, and things like that. And I know it means a lot to the players because that gets them energized, gives them extra. It's a sixth person on the floor, it really is. And our fans have been great all year long, and I'm really glad that we could reward them with a win.
And what was the message you had to the girls after they hit that three-pointer to send it to overtime? Obviously, there was a bit of a desperation shot by the Ravens, and it went in, but that's why they play, right? So what was the message to the girls?
No big deal at that point. We played 2 previous overtime games. We won both of the overtime games, so we were confident that the longer the game goes, the better it is for us anyway, because we can keep running and running and running.
And you guys head on the road to the West Division champion, who's yet to be determined. So it's either going to be Windsor or Laurier. How do you get prepared for either of those teams, knowing that you're going to head into the Nationals regardless of what happens next weekend?
Well, I mean, for us, we forget about the Nationals altogether. We talked about that already in our post-game talk. Yeah, it's great. We know we're going, but right now we have a championship banner online, and that's what we want to play for. So as soon as we find out who we've got film on both teams, and we'll start getting prepared.
Thanks, Coach. Congratulations.
Thanks very much.
For Gales head coach Dave Wilson, I'm Kyle Compo for GoGalesGo.com. As said, Gales taking on the winner of the West Division Final, yet to be determined, but will be between Windsor and Laurier. Stay connected with the team on Twitter, tweeting at Queens Gales, #QWBB.